Welcome to FX Street. Today we're going to be talking about Terra Luna Classic. But before we dive deeper into the technicals, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter, of course, to be updated on the hottest trends in the cryptocurrency space. If we stroll through some headlines very quickly, then you might see, I see here, Bitcoin set to tank 10%, Bitcoin bulls stumble. So yeah, not the very positive elements as such to take away from. And Terra Luna Classic is just a perfect example of that. We see the downtrend that has been beginning over the weekend. We are already down roughly 9-10%. We had a bit of a blip yesterday, barely 1%, thanks to Jerome Powell, who had printed one word in his comments, and it was disinflation. And only that word triggered amongst the computers and the algorithms heavy buy orders, which ramped up equity prices and jacked up other risk assets across the board. It made yields drop and bond prices rise, but yeah. The day after, everybody had a chance now to read all the newspapers and to project its forecast, and it doesn't paint a rosy picture as such. We thought that the Fed would is soon done hiking, and even before the summer, they would have their pivotal level, and that would mean that by the end of this year, they would start cutting, and that's supportive for the economy because we get cheaper money than against what we need to pay now if we want to buy a house, for example. But that is not the case, because Fed Powell clearly in his comments stated that watch out because we don't see inflation coming back that quickly. It could well be that it takes the whole of 23 to get lower, but we would still be nowhere near the 2% that they want to have, because every central bank wants to have inflation roughly near 2%. If that's not the case, yeah, then we could see a full swing back. It's a bit of a sad picture or a negative picture that I'm painting, but it could be that we fall all the way back below this 150,000 level, and it could well be that we even drop towards a 126,000 level. So watch out with the coming days. I would urge each and every one of you who is tracking this to have a look at basic economics. Track our calendar, for example, in crypto.com, the economic calendar. Have a read through that. Have a look on what are the big key events in US dollar. We have very good writers who are each day giving color and insight on any number that is coming out. So PCE deflator, for example, will be a very key one, because as you can see here, for example, from Aaron, US dollar weakness, that would mean that dollar weakness in this equation, because this is Terra Luna Classic against the dollar. So if the dollar weakens, this should go up. So have an eye on euro dollar, have an eye on oil prices. How are they reacting? If they go higher, then inflation will go higher as well, or at least not go down that quickly as we had thought. So watch out. It's a very binary outcome, and that binary outcome for the moment tells me then, okay, we need to look further to the downside. So 169,000 would be my best case to find support together with this 55-day moving average coming in. We have here as well, you see the bodies, we closed twice and we opened just above there, so quite some support from the 55. Relative strength index is a bit on our positive side because we are flat, a little bit tilted above 50, so there's room for upside, but fortunately that means as well that there's room for downside. So this area here, I would be very key on this red descending trend line as well, very well respected. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, barely 5, and then we shot through it. So 5 very clean tests and rejections on it. So could well be that this is now becoming support and we see a bounce back up. So it does not have to be that grim or very negative after all, but still keep this in mind. Don't enter just now, wait for confirmation and possibly a bounce first, then to the upside. Speaking of the upside, if you want to see a full pairing back, we would need to get some weaker US economic data. We was certainly on the PCE we just mentioned. If the PCE comes in the coming weeks, or inflation will be first, I think, in the coming weeks. If that comes in much weaker than anticipated, yeah, then we could see back that Goldilocks scenario with a swing back up, and then this level here, and it's no coincidence that we got stopped over there with this double bottom here and then the top here, double rejection here. So a very pivotal level, as you can see. So this 208,000 I would keep an eye on, and once we break there, yeah, then we can stretch it all the way up. We can stretch our C legs all the way up to here, possibly 267,000 possibly. But for the moment, watch out. So I would look at this level for a take profit, and I would look for this level for an entry. And that's it for Terra Luna. Terra Luna Classic, which clearly is going on the downside, seeing the current turn of events. That's it for Terra Luna Classic. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter and on fxstreet.com to be updated on the hottest trends and all the cryptocurrency space.